Come on, wake up. I'm tired of you always being asleep all the time. When I need you, wake up. We don't have much time. Wake up. A little light to shine on top of you, sunshine. Okay, listen. Times have been really tough for me, for us, okay? And I know the amount of sedatives that I give you have been a little high, but you and your state that you're in, usually now or all the time, I can't deal with it, okay? We're in a completely different spot, all right? I had to move. Some things always seem to happen when I think we're safe. But the world is always tearing my life apart. I just wanted to have you, okay? It's not too much to ask, is it? You love me, right? I haven't done a damn thing wrong. I've taken care of you. I've done absolutely everything for you. Clothe you, I feed you. What a crock of shit. So, luckily, I thought a little bit ahead of everyone else. I had another spot, place, lined up in case this would happen. I know the world doesn't want us to be together. I know this is a fact. But, just gotta take a breather. Because I've been through a lot, and I'm sure you've been too. I'm sure you're tired. You're tired of having to black out all the time. And sometimes your blackouts are getting longer now. So, I apologize for that. But everything else, you know we're happy together. And I love you so much. I can't tear us apart. I just gotta keep, this is my juice, I'm sorry. Alright. It's so hard to sleep at night. Do you know how it feels to try to take care of someone? Another person. Man, I always thought it was hard to take care of myself because no one gave a shit about me. You know, when the family would have dinner, I wasn't invited. I had to sit in my room and to hear the laughter and the enjoyment of my family as I, whether I ate my own shit or I ate my deodorant, I had to eat something. Or when I got to go outside, I ate the grass. Fuck. I don't. Anyway, I want to make your life better. I want to improve on our lives together. And it's so hard in this circumstance, right? I had to leave a lot behind. I brought my mug, though. I need to have my mug. If I don't have my coffee, things get a little rough, I'm just tense. I'm sorry I'm tense. I'm taking it out on you. I'm tense. It's a little bit more than just some ordinary people, all right? I'll give you that. I'll tell you that right now. These people that are trying to stop what we have a bit of an influence on everything. And it makes it really hard on me to just keep going, right? And I'm a genius. Keep the mind intact. You're going to have to work with me, all right? You're going to have to do some things I don't want you to do. They're not bad. I promised you I wouldn't ask any sexual favors of you. But sometimes, you've offered them to me, but you're in a state that I know that I wouldn't be proud of myself for taking advantage of. Sometimes really tempting. You just look so good sometimes. I'm sorry. Like I said, my anxiety and everything, it's taking over my genius. And I have to just 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Do you want some coffee? I won't be mad at you this time if you don't want any. It's okay. I'll tell you not. This is pretty strong stuff. Oh, I had to double brew it, almost triple brewed it, just to make sure I stay awake. I tell you what, I'm on the brink of exhaustion right now. Life's so hard. But, now that we're in a safer spot, now maybe we can talk. Or I talk, you listen. That's usually how it goes, right? I sometimes have a hard time trusting you with giving you the ability to speak. I've had plenty before that I've also loved to squeal instead of actually, say nice things or, say thank you. So that I still will I'll have to keep a close on it for now. I mean, all the time we spend together, I just don't know. I have to be sure. You can't blame me for things. You just can't. And you don't have the permission to blame me anyway. You don't have the use of everything to blame me. But you have to also trust me that I'm going to do the right thing for you. So damn good. All right. I'll stop for now. Anyway, let's talk. I feel like I haven't really explained anything to you about, why you, right? It's something strange. I haven't been the normal type of person. People haven't seen me as that normal type of guy, right? It makes life hard for me, Everybody else has gone through multiple boyfriends, girlfriends. But me, I go through one every so many months or years. It just depends on how I get lucky. Anyway, or they get lucky. Anyway, sorry. What the fuck? It's the stress. Okay. Anyway, I saw you one time. My mind is so messed up right now. I can't think of when, but I know it was one time that I saw you. You were just my type. You had those features about you. Just the shape of your face and just the way you interact with other people. It's attractive. And not in any sort of perverted way. But I just liked it. I just wanted to love you. But I know damn well about where I sit in society and where society has put me, how it labels me. I was that kind of guy who doesn't really talk to people. I was too shy for that. So I would sit somewhere way out where people didn't really look often because they're too busy having fun with each other. And I just watch other people and how they interact with each other. And I basically built my own social skills off of that. And what I mean by that is when I interact with other people, I incorporate other people's styles into it. I don't go out and interact with people casually. I interact with people who I want to actually build relationships with. You know what I mean? I'm selective in how I interact with folks, and I only interact with people who I really am concerned about interacting with. So it took me some time of just watching you, and you weren't aware of this, and even if you think you were, which you might have been, there were times where you were not aware. There were times where you enjoyed cleaning yourself that I would see how you would interact with yourself, right? How you take care of yourself, how you carry yourself. All this is important to me in picking the one that I want to be with. So you have to think about these things. How do you think that you would interact that would attract somebody else? I mean, you can't answer, but it's just how you did it. I don't know. It's so hard to put, my thoughts into it on just how you did it. It just it got me in a certain way. It got me feeling a certain way, right? That I couldn't let somebody like you go. And it would have hurt me badly. It would have ached my soul for ages if I just let you go. But oh my, it's we've come a long way for sure. Look at me. I look like a big league guy talking to the beautiful you right here, and it's insane. I I can't even imagine on how if I wouldn't have done all these things that I would never have talked to you. So I guess a little pat on the back for myself for doing all these wonderful things. You know, I got out, I reached out to you in a phone call. Well, I had a message, and that seemed to have got your attention focused on me. And so you finally decided to come running to me with open arms and to accept Lyle's love. Because I give it right to you. And you didn't have any problems submitting to me. I mean, falling in love with me. So I want to thank you for that. You've given me you, whether you like it or not, and I've fallen in love with you. Whether it's just your charm, the way you just act. I don't know. It's just something that I have. Like, I can just look at you for a long time, just all over, and just know that you're the one for me. And I don't know where I'd be without you. So, love or appreciation, me to you, I love you, and that's just the way that it is. And we've come really far, whether you know it or not. We've changed locations. This is our 4th time, but I just kept it like this is the big change, right? This has been the biggest change, the most stressful. Did I put any alcohol in here? I don't. No, I didn't. I guess I'm being good to myself. I've been trying to. Alcohol kills the brain cells. So me being a genius, I probably shouldn't do that. I should probably take like mental supplements or something. I don't. See, this powers the brain cells, right? Geniuses learn more with caffeine. Or maybe that's what I should do. Just drink more caffeine, sleep less, figure out solutions to problems that I have more often than just wasting my time letting my body just lay around. Like, I know how I criticize you sometimes and how much you sleep, but it's not always your fault. You can't really do anything else. If you don't want to hang out with me or spend time with me, that's all you're doing. Well, not by will, but you don't have a choice. So anyway, that's how I found you. And, man, like, I'm curious of what kind of life you had before that. I'm sure it was pretty shitty, right? Worked some lame-ass job a time or two. You had a couple boyfriend, girlfriends. I don't judge. And they're kind of lame. They weren't a Lyle, though. So it was like, whatever. You had them, went by, and then I came along, and then your life changed for the good, for the better. Definitely. Definitely. So, oh man, I feel the same way, though. Like, my life is not perfect. I'm not perfect. But when I have you around, I feel so complete. Like, nothing else matters, That sounds so cheesy, but man, does it feel good just to open up to you all the time? It's a blessing, for sure. Bless my heart. You are the greatest thing I've ever found or obtained, because submission is sometimes a little hard to achieve, but hey, it eventually became 2-sided instead of 1-sided, right? We make things work. We compromise. That's how things go, right? I compromised my funds for you, sent you flowers, paid a couple bills for you. I pay for your medical now, I am your doctor, basically, except I'm more of like a great scientist, I guess you could say that. But it's good, right? One time you caught this really strange disease, right? I don't know what it was. all of a sudden you're swelling up and you're making all kinds of strange noises, and I think that's after something I gave you, but I mean maybe not. I don't. Whatever. We took care of that, right? And look at you now. Just look at you now. You look great. I think you look great. I'm sure other people would agree, but I don't give a shit about what anyone else says about this. This is us. Okay? No one else cares. We don't care that anybody else cares. Nobody else matters. So, I think there's one time we were out and somebody complimented you on your looks. And I was like, hey, thanks, but butt off. I didn't say it like that because, a genius wouldn't allude to something strange going on, like attitude issues. I'm not about that. I don't have an attitude. Not at all. Well, okay, I can't lie. Sometimes I lose my temper, and some people just say the wrong things to me, and all of a sudden it's time, Just, you can't always control yourself, but we're not perfect. I said this already. We've established this. You're not perfect either, so, well, now you are, to me. I made you in my image, and now you're beautiful. You were beautiful before, but, everything can be refined, right? You can't make steel without refining iron. Some shit like that. I don't know. I'm not a smith or whatever. I've built my way up, okay? So, I didn't have to go through that casual grind, okay? I excelled in science classes of sorts. I'm not going to clarify which, but I got some fast money. And, money makes the world go round, right? And you know how they say, money can't buy happiness? They're bullshitting you. Yeah, that's right. If you can't buy happiness with money, you probably shouldn't even do anything, that's how happiness is, okay? You think people are sad on Christmas because they got the new PlayStation or Nintendo console, whatever? No. They're joyful as hell to get that console. Or whatever, It's money that really controls everything, right? And I don't want to say I bought you, but I kind of did, right? I paid for stuff for you. That's just how it is. Whether you thought I was a total creep or not, now we're together. And you're past all that, right? You're not judging me anymore. You don't have permission to judge me anymore. I am the only one who matters to you. No one else matters. All right? I'm starting to get a weird vibe now. You don't want to lose my trust now. This is the worst time to do that. Because, don't mean to scare you, but we're not exactly safe right now. Not forever, just right now. Just temporarily, at this moment, okay? Now, let me take a step back. We're going to be safe. We just have to work together and stay strong so we don't lose each other, all right? I've already lost enough. Money can't buy security. That's one thing they should say. You can't be secure with money. Money will not secure everything. Security is an idea. Let's just go with that. Because sometimes you mix a couple compounds together with the money to buy those things to make the compounds, but they don't always quite mix well, right? So a certain type of blood doesn't mix with one of my special compounds, and clot. Anyway, someone take coffee? Oh man, I'm almost out. Is that a crack? Shit. I'm gonna need a new mug soon. But I'm not quite in that position yet. we're still in that transition phase in our life that we have to sort of just, you know, blend in, right? I hope you realize that we're a little bit more special, okay? We have to blend in with all these common folk around here. We're on a higher level, all right? So when people that are common see us walking around, they don't understand who we are, right? Like, you're looking great. When we go out, you're like the stunning star of the show on the street kind of thing, right? You're just, you dazzle everyone with your appearance. But some people look at that weird. Like, they don't understand the new level that you're on. And they point, and I yell back at them, they should fuck off, because they're mine. And I love them just the way they are. They're trying to judge us, judge me, but they don't. Oh, nobody gets away with that. Nobody gets away with judgment. Judgment is a cruel thing. Judgment is unfair. You never know what place you're in to judge someone else. So, with that said, you have no right to judge me. We are on the same level together. If not, I am on a higher level than you. But you're on a higher level than anyone else. So, you cannot judge me, and I, morally, will not judge you. But you can make the impression on other people so their judgments are invalid. Alright? You will be stunning to the point where people will idol you. They'll look up to you. They'll say, wow, they're truly amazing. I aspire to be like them. It's going to be great. It's going to be fantastic. I'm just itching all over, just waiting for this to happen. My final plan, my masterpiece. Sorry, I'm getting excited. I'm losing my composure a little bit. Just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, I used to have a psychiatrist before I had to get off his list. We'll say that. But he's left me thinking about a couple things, right? You know, he used to say, Lyle, you gotta relax, take a deep breath sometimes. You know, you get a lot of pent up energy, and it seems to blow up in violence. But, you know, I don't know what he was saying. It wasn't true. It was never true. I am a sane person, and no one can fucking tell me otherwise. Okay, maybe he was right to an extent, but he really started to piss me off. So, you know, one day, okay, so he would give me something every time he went, right? He'd have something for me to calm me down. Sometimes it was like like those stress balls, you squeeze them to help relieve your stress. And one time he gave me a technique to help calm myself down in time of stress, which you just saw. And that one, I know that one works. That one, you know, thank him for that. But the one time, I was looking forward to something he was going to give me, and he didn't give me anything. Now, he said I didn't deserve to get anything that time. And, needless to say, next time I came back, I was nice, and I got him something. Yeah, I got him something, all right. I got him a hollow point. Right to the... Maybe I should regret some things, some decisions I've made in life. I don't want to, but maybe I should, you know. But I can't regret being with you, you know. You mean too much to me. You mean too much. So, so grateful for you, and I don't know what happened if I were to lose you. And I got a little bit more. Oh man, I need a whole other pot for this shit. Oh, I hope you're doing okay, man. We can do this. We can make past this rough time in our lives. All right. Now, I didn't want to say this, but it's really hard for me to say. You can tell that I'm stuttering at the thought, but we're not safe. I've been lying the whole time. People said things and we're busted. We were found out, and my brain can't handle the police are searching. I can hear them. They're coming, but just I want you to take this, okay? Just take this. I'm applying it to you now. Just don't worry about anything, all right? I'm gonna take care of them, and we're gonna be okay. I'm so worried about you, and I gotta do this, all right? I gotta do this. I gotta do this for us. Just bless your soul, and God bless me. I love you so much. Stay strong. I'll be back. I'll be back soon. Hey, you're waking up. Hi, no need to be alarmed. You're here at the PD. You're safe. My name is Jason Bingham. I'm a detective here, and I'm here to look into this case. And my God, I'm so sorry for anything you might have endured. Jesus. Okay, so the man who's been capturing you and holding you hostage has been eliminated. He's been a target of ours for months. You know, he's been reported for many sexual crimes against multiple cases, and thank God we finally caught him. And thank God you're all right. So you might want to know his whole name, because he's probably not told you. That's usually the case with these suspects. His name is Lyle Stevens, and his motive, we found out for this, was he was a sexual abuse witness. His mother was sexually abused in front of the entire family by his dad, and he has mental trauma from being disowned by the family. So, good God, he could have done so much worse. But thank God we got there in time. I'm sorry I looked like hell. I got called down for this in the middle of the night, and whatever. I'm being an ass about it. I'll be honest. So, we've been on this case for a long time, and I want you to know that all this suffering that you've been put through will be helpful to us if you can tell us about what's been going on with him. So, did he do anything sexual to you? Did he ask you for any sexual favors? It's a no. What did he do to you exactly? Did he harm you in any way? Like, did he beat you, or no? You don't seem to be too sure about that. A couple of times? Okay. So he's a little bit violent, and we could tell by the standoff that our officers had with him. And thank God no one was hurt. No one was hurt. He didn't know how to use his gun, but he still had it, and the police had to put him down. So he is a violent suspect. We did think of that. So a couple of incidents. Got it. And I just want to tell you that you're completely safe here. We've contacted your family. You know, we had to look up who you were as soon as we arrived on scene. We were surprised to see anyone that was still alive or conscious. Well, You just slipped out of consciousness as soon as our officers had gotten to you. But you're safe here, and you will be safe. I do want to let you know that you'll probably have to go through a lot of psychiatric treatments. I can imagine the amount of stress and the mental wear that came with this crazed man. It's insane. It's definitely a case that we've been wanting to solve, and with your help, we can do this together. So, he's not done anything sexual. He's not asking any favors of you. He is mildly violent, and when our medical examiners came across you, they saw that your muscles have been weakened by these chemicals. Now, do you know why he did that to you? He didn't want you to escape, huh? So he didn't want you to have the strength to resist. Huh. That's kind of strange, because you think the men of these types normally, they just restrain you and they don't have to worry about any of that. But this Lyle, he's gone a step further, and I'm new to this case, so I apologize if I sound really, unintelligent about it, but I was just assigned to this case, so please forgive me. All due respect, things have been a little harsh around here, and we've had a lot of cases too, and but this is top priority right now. We've been hunting this guy down. I know of other people who've been on this case, but they need to be in here right now, as those people who are on the case are currently unavailable. So just work with me here, and we can get things done right. So he didn't want you to have the strength, and you appear to be well nourished. It's just the fact that he had some sort of acid, some sort of chemical that got into your muscles and just broke them down. And we had a couple of calls about this guy who had somebody else with him out in really hot weather in this fancy clothing, and people found it very weird, and they knew he was a creep. They knew that he was up to something other than just being with someone, right? So we got a couple calls for that, but the big one was when somebody let off an anonymous tip. They didn't want to be released to the public, their information, but they let off that they heard some sort of pounding on a window. I'm assuming that was you, but it was very brief, but they heard it when they were outside on their lawn, and and people also reported someone was out playing in his pen, but they appeared to be of significant age to not be doing that, clearly, and not an animal, which that's what you would expect. Most people around here, they have pets, or they take care of other people's pets, and usually everybody has some sort of nice lawn, but he was using it for very strange reasons, and that sort of led us to that area where he might have been. He's been moving multiple times. It just so happens that he was in the spot that we were looking the hardest for him. It was a nationwide search. It was sort of low key nationwide, but higher in around this area. They were always keeping aware of him, no matter what. But he's pulled off many disguises. So it's incredible how we've actually found him. I think we've wore him down, and that's what led us to catch him. So I have to go over the case again for more details on previous actions, but this is definitely the conclusion on tying up the loose ends on this case. So please do forgive me. My mind is a bit weary. I don't terribly know too much about this case. It is a bit late at night or in the morning, so gotta give me some time. You may have to repeat yourself for clarity, but okay. Anyway, did he happen to be verbally abusive? Sometimes people would hear loud exclamations coming from the house. some of these tips did go on a couple reports of that. Just brief outbursts, extremely loud. I don't know if that was aimed at you. Some people said he talked to himself, so that could have been maybe an exclamation at himself. He's mad at himself. He's known to do all sorts of things, you know. Did he yell at you at all, ever? Okay, so there was a bit of verbal abuse. Okay, just gonna write that down. We're just trying to tie up some loose ends here. We're trying to figure out maybe some other causes of his actions, of course. We do have some other details. He was abandoned mostly in the household. He lived with his family, but he was not treated like a family. He was more like the dog outside with the chain on a post. A witness to sexual assault in the family. He had all sorts of things just messing with him. And we thought that maybe he would have attacked you in such a way that he had seen before, you know, repeating what he had seen. You know, he would mirror what he had seen, but it's clear that he didn't want to keep that going, and that's interesting. It's definitely interesting. We didn't want it to have to come down to a shootout. We'd like to have him in prison for the rest of his life for his actions, but for your safety, we're glad that we did go that route anyway, because he could have come down and shot you instead. But you don't think he would have done that? Really? That's interesting. What inspires you to say that? He loved you. You weren't just a victim of his obsessions. Huh. That's interesting. We thought he just brought people in and tortured them and killed them, but what would he say that what would he say that made you think that he loved you? Did he just fly out say it? He did. Okay. Let me add that as a comment. Flat out said. Huh. Now when we come across cases of his incidents with these other folks that he has tortured before, there was one time someone had sorry, I'm trying to remember. Like I said, this case is it's still really new, but I've heard things. They came across a body of a person, happened to be a girl, 20s, that had major clotting in her arteries. And it appears to be some sort of concoction that he came up with of various chemicals. I'm not, you can ask other departments of the PD for that specifics, but the blood was completely clotted up, and they could not move any blood at all. And they said that the victim died in under a minute because of that. So we thought he just, committed counts of homicide. We had no idea that he had fallen in love with the victims. That's very important. I'll have to definitely report that as soon as I can, but we'll go through this. I don't want to put you under too much, but you got to understand how important this is for the safety of everyone else. Just to report to the families of the victims of this man. So he loved you. But did he say why? Did he stalk you by chance? Or did he just randomly fall in love with you just because you were there? Okay, so he was a stalker. Do you know for how long? You think a couple years, maybe? That you know of. You only know of a couple months. Okay. Know of a couple months. Did he ever speak to you about any previous incidents that he was watching you. It sometimes it comes up, and we have to ask that if he ever did. Let me just finish writing this, because sometimes these culprits of these sort of weird homicide crimes, they like to talk to their victims as if they're just normal people, they're friends. Did he ever admit to anything? If he loved you, he might have admitted something to you. He said a couple years. So, he admitted a couple years. Huh. Okay. Do you know where? Where? Like, where he might have been stalking you? You think at a school. Okay. At a school. Did he attend this school? Okay, he did. So, do you think that you might have interacted with him at this school, or was he just one of the students? No interaction? Huh. It's very interesting. It's not unusual, but we've thought for the longest time that we've been going across this, as I've heard, that he just picked out random victims that he suited fit, that sort of fit his schedule or that appealed nicely to him. But he was seeking you out for quite a long time. That's certainly interesting. Now, we figure him to be a very shy type that didn't ask or talk to any people a lot, ask anything of them. He didn't really ask anybody out. He wasn't the social butterfly. And now that you're really saying these things, it's definitely concluding some stuff. Do you know of any accomplices that he's had? He has a brother. Yeah, we know of that. But did his brother ever do anything? Any sort of way to you? Okay, he tried to warn you. Interesting. What did he warn you about? He warned you about the dangers that his brother could cause. Interesting. Huh. Why do you think he would do that? Did he have any motive? He's tired of this happening. You know why? He didn't really say why, did he? That's peculiar. You'd think the family that he had that hated him would never want to interact with him. Huh. It's weird. It's certainly something weird. I guess his brother never truly hated him. It was probably the father and the mother and maybe another family member that just disowned him. But it's not usually an entire family that hates some of these culprits. They're traumatized by a few members, and it just ruins their entire childhood, and it messes them up forever. And God, we wish we could have stopped him sooner, but he's very sly. I don't know if you knew this about him, because he's been talking to you. It seems he admitted some things to you, that he did sell drugs. He sold crack. He sold methamphetamines. And he had accounts of selling marijuana. We've talked to some of the people who are on the buying end of these sales. He's sold in bulk, too. He's sold to dealers who would then deal his product all about everywhere. So he's made fast money that way. And that was when he was under the radar. He didn't no reports of anything at the time of his criminal career. And he built up some money to pay for some mischievous devices and obviously allies, sources who could help him escape the law whenever he would help me think of it. When he would try to avoid the law because he'd get caught. Again, I'm sorry, I'm a little slow right now, but you gotta work with me here. We'll get this done, and we'll get you out of here, and we'll get you into some treatment. It's obvious that you're gonna need a lot of protein and probably some physical therapy in order to get back to your normal condition. Uh, Man, I will be checking up too with your family. You're gonna be staying at home. Your parents requested that you stay at home with them as you recover. So I'll come to check with you guys, make sure you guys are okay. And as well, other officers, they're very sympathetic towards the victims of this case, especially the ones that they found alive, which only one other person other than you uh, has actually gotten out of his reign of terror. But that's now over, and you're safe. There'll be no more problems. You're fine. Okay. So let's go over a couple of these details. He didn't do anything sexual, no favors, nothing. He didn't want to offer or ask any favors. Couple of incidents of physical violence. Um, okay. He didn't want you to have the strength to escape. There's some verbal abuse confirmed by reports. He had a love for you. It wasn't just random kidnapping or homicide, because he had stalked you for a couple of incidents you knew of, and apparently he admitted for a couple of years. And he attended the spot where he had stalked you. And the brother, it's peculiar that the brother would want to warn you. It's not unheard of ever. Sometimes the family will come to the police and admit that this person has done some wrong, or to tell them where they're at, to get them arrested. Sometimes it's their mentality to get people like him put away forever. They don't want to have to keep hearing about it. They don't want to deal with them, because sometimes these culprits come to their family for help, even though they're criminals and should be turned into the police. It's certainly a hard thing to deal with, and we're glad that he's finally put away. Sadly, not in jail, but he's off the streets for good, and we're thinking that is for the better, because he could have caused a lot of trouble in jail. He's been known to be very mischievous. One time when he evaded the police, this is what I heard. He happened, before they even knew it was him, he had drugged one of the officers and took their weapons. But another officer was nearby and called for backup. But this officer had been subdued severely, and he had stripped them naked, and he had taken their uniform. So when the police were scanning the area, he didn't look suspicious. He wasn't in his outfit that he had been reported to be in, and it was too late to be able to catch him because he had gotten away. So we're glad that he is now put down and he's done, and we're definitely grateful that you're okay, or you're still alive. We're gonna be honest with you. You're gonna need some help in order to return to your normal life, and we hope that you can return to your normal life. See, we at the police department, we try really hard not to let these people go. We try really hard to crack down on these cases. We respond to reports of strange behavior, any domestic issues, as soon as possible. They send me out on cases like this all the time. I work on these cases. I make sure that these people get the justice they deserve for these sorts of cases. We know that domestic violence or domestic issues, family issues, can influence these sort of events, and we're doing the best to prevent all we can. We know there's been multiple sort of fundraisers to help prevent these issues. They fund our departments in domestic violence or domestic incidents to help keep us going and help keep us preventing these things from affecting other people. We know multiple people who have donated money towards your family and just towards you to help you recover. So That's all the questioning I'm going to have for you. We want you to relax. You're going to be taken into some therapy, and you're going to be okay. We're going to help you move through this. We're going to pay for this. Donations are coming in to help ease the financial issues that we might take. We're going to take the cost for you. Now that this man is put away, all the money that we had towards getting him off the streets is going to help your recovery, and of course, the other victim that is still alive, their recovery. So, thank you so much for your time. We truly appreciate any efforts you can have to help us conclude this case. Again, my name is Jason, and I wish you the best recovery. Hello everyone. I hope you enjoyed this Psycho special that I put together for you all. I think I've had the most fun editing this video and putting it all together, and even just recording it more than anything other Psycho videos that I've made. So I really hope you guys enjoyed that a lot. It was insane. I never thought that me putting this together would reach this level of impact that it had on me. I have ideas now rushing through my head that did not come to me before, and it's certainly something amazing to finally, tie up some of these loose ends you guys might have had in your heads, and some questions that I know that were left out have been answered. So I want to thank you all for coming around, following me, sticking with me, and watching this whole series with me. I know a lot of my subscriber base is dedicated to these Psycho videos, and I appreciate all of you out there, and I hope you appreciate this nice long special that I put together for you. Now, I know a couple more questions are going to arise out of this. Does this mean the Psycho series is going to die along with this? No, of course not. I would love to make more Psycho videos, and my logic behind this is just because one Psycho might go away, there's probably 20 more waiting behind it. I'm not saying that it's going to be still focused on this one character. I'm talking about different series, newer characters. I feel like I'm writing shows and I'm uploading them to YouTube now, and this gets my brain going, and I have all these ideas now of what we can do for the channel, and I'm super excited. And I really love where this end part was going. I want to make more of this quality stuff to put out normally without all this time preparation, all this hype that I built up over this. But I hope it was all worth it in the end. So again, you guys are all amazing for your support. It was wow. I was talking it over with some of my family members, and they're excited to even see it, because as of right now, I just finished editing this. It was a long time. I took a whole bunch of effects. As you guys probably noticed, it's unusual for me to put this kind of, this huge effort into this video. And the time it took to record, to set up everything, it's immense. And how the mental preparation for it all to go down, it's a theater operation in itself. Just, it's uploaded on YouTube. And while it does make a huge difference in the outcome overall, it's still theater down in the core, and I hope you guys can appreciate that as well. I was a theater kid in high school, and that's just what I know. I know how to perform, and I'd love to do it for all of you guys on top of my normal ASMR videos, which I'm going to try to do more regularly. Sometimes I feel like I'm not in the recording mood, but lately I have been. I crave to get more of you guys to see all these cool ideas that I have, and hopefully you all can enjoy them. It's free content. That's how YouTube works. You seek out other people who are looking to give you free content. You probably saw this hour-long video and you wanted to get some snacks. You wanted to settle down and really focus in on what I had prepared for you, and I really hope that was the case. If not, you're just casually watching this video. Hi, how you doing? It's nice to see you guys here. Even if you don't make it here, I appreciate the gesture in watching my video. But I do hope you make it here, because that means you survived mentally intact throughout all of this. You didn't have to go jump to other videos to catch up on what you might have missed, because there are critical events that happen in other episodes that affect this ending right here. If you haven't seen those, they're out there. Go look for them. Psycho series. It begins with the Psycho voicemail, which seems to have a lot of hype built up around it. So hopefully we can bring those people here to see this grand conclusion. Even if they haven't seen the other episodes, they're going to want to go back and check them out. And if you haven't checked them out, go check them out. So, man, this makes me feel like I'm an AMC writer, you know. Wow. It's definitely something spectacular, and I want to keep it going. Please let me know what you guys thought about in the comments. Please, please, please share. This was a huge effort from a one-man team. I would really appreciate it. It would make and mean everything to me if we could do that. If we could get this video a lot of love, I'd really appreciate it. I felt like this was a mini movie in a sort of way. Of course, the indie type of movie, but it was a joyride just to put it all together and to think about what you guys might be thinking, and hopefully you guys are thinking the same way that I was thinking. And I look forward to your reactions and everything in the comments. Even if you just post first as soon as this video comes up, which will take a while. This video is going to be about an hour. YouTube probably takes about over an hour to upload and then process, so you can see the time that we put in as a society to get these things to you. The time I take out of my schedule to make it, the time that YouTube takes to receive, hundreds, thousands, millions of videos a day and pump them out as content available for consumers for free, other than YouTube Red. But we're not talking about YouTube Red. It is insane, and I'm definitely glad to be part of that giving community. I want to give you guys some nice, juicy content that is just as good as any other TV show. So I've rambled on far enough. I really hope you guys did enjoy it. Let me know. I'll be posting some more regular ASMR content soon. I gotta let my brain boil and think of some new Psycho content. I don't know if I'll take recommendations, I'll take ideas. I won't take exact ideas, but I'd love to hear what you guys think what I should do next. I might not do it exactly, but I might twist it. I might take your idea a little bit and then put it into my own way. So, we'll see, right? Thank you guys again so much for watching this video. Please, if you did enjoy, like, share, and of course comment, let me know. And I hope to see you in my next video. Have a great day today.